Have mercy. It's been over 35 years since Full House first hit our screens in 1987 and gave us one of TV's most lovable families. From heartwarming moments to iconic catchphrases, the Tanner household became everybody's second home. Where are the stars now? What happened to Danny, Jesse, Joey, and the rest of the gang? From breakout roles to real-life transformations, we're taking a nostalgic ride through the cast of Full House. Then and now, Bob Saget as Danny Tanner. Bob Saget didn't just play America's most wholesome dad, he defined him. Cast in 1987 as Danny Tanner on Full House, Bob played the widowed father raising 3 daughters with the help of his best friend and brother-in-law. With his obsessive love for cleaning and heartfelt life lessons, Danny became a cultural icon. The show was a massive hit, landing in the Nielsen Top 30 by its 3rd season and cementing Saget as the ultimate TV dad. But Saget's career went far beyond the Tanner household. In 1989, he became the original host of America's Funniest Home Videos, showcasing his natural comedic timing and charm to millions of families every week. While his stand-up comedy was much edgier than his family-friendly TV persona, he embraced both sides of himself, earning respect across generations. In the 2000s, Saget starred in Raising Dad and made recurring appearances on Entourage, where he hilariously played an exaggerated version of himself. From 2016 to 2020, he reprised his most beloved role as Danny Tanner in Netflix's Fuller House, reuniting with the cast and bringing that same warmth to a new era. He also explored podcasting with Bob Saget's Here For You and appeared on The Masked Singer, always open to reinventing himself. Tragically, Bob Saget passed away in January 2022 at the age of 65. But for millions, he'll forever be the loving, goofy, cardigan-wearing dad who made us laugh and cry, sometimes in the same episode. John Stamos as Jesse Katsopoulos. Have mercy. Is there anyone cooler than Uncle Jesse? With his leather jackets, Elvis obsession, and gravity-defying hair, John Stamos became the ultimate 90s heartthrob, and Full House fans were all in from the moment he strummed his guitar on that San Francisco porch. But long before he was belting out lullabies with the Rippers, Stamos was already turning heads on General Hospital in the early 80s as Blackie Parrish. That role even scored him a Daytime Emmy nomination. Not bad for a teenage soap star with a rock star name. When Full House wrapped in 1995, the actor-musician didn't slow down. He dove into TV dramas like ER from 2005 to 2009, winning hearts again as Dr. Tony Gates. Then showed off his comedy chops in the Fox sitcom Grandfathered from 2015 to 2016. And yes, he returned as Uncle Jesse in Fuller House, this time with even more hair product and twice the dad energy. Stage-wise, Stamos was busy charming Broadway audiences in musicals like Cabaret, Bye Bye Birdie, and The Best Man. Oh, and did we mention the music never stopped? He's been drumming alongside the Beach Boys for years, not a cameo like an actual band member. Rock and roll forever, right? In 2023, he pulled back the curtain on fame and personal battles in his raw and reflective memoir, If You Would Have Told Me, opening up about insecurities, plastic surgery, and life beyond the spotlight. Now 61 with 4.4 million Instagram followers, a still flawless jawline, and that signature Jesse swagger, Stamos proves that cool never goes out of style. Candace Cameron-Bure as DJ Tanner. Before she was giving sisterly advice at the Tanner kitchen table, a young Candace Cameron-Bure was already lighting up screens. In 1987, at just 11 years old, she landed her breakout role as DJ Tanner, the responsible, kind-hearted eldest daughter in Full House, and instantly became America's big sister. For 8 seasons, she navigated teenage crushes, awkward dances, and heartwarming family moments, all with that signature DJ charm that made fans fall in love. After Full House wrapped in 1995, Candace didn't disappear. Instead, she took on heavier roles in made-for-TV dramas like No One Would Tell and She Cried No, where she tackled tough topics and showed her range far beyond sitcom laughs. Fast forward to the 2000s, she made fun guest appearances on shows like That's So Raven and found her cozy spot in Hallmark Universe, starring in holiday hits like Moonlight and Mistletoe and A Christmas Detour. Between 2009 and 2012, she also had a regular role on Make It or Break It, bringing the same warmth to the world of gymnastics. In 2014, she waltzed into the ballroom for Dancing with the Stars, finishing in 3rd place. And in 2016, she made the ultimate comeback. DJ Tanner was back in Fuller House. Now a mom herself, her grown-up version kept the spirit of the original alive, and fans couldn't get enough. Still busy today, Candace continues her Hallmark reign with 2024's A Christmas Less Traveled and Home Sweet Christmas, while also starring in the Ainsley McGregor Mysteries and even joining The Masked Singer in 2025. Now 49 with a sparkling 5.7 million Instagram followers, she's proof that growing up on screen can turn into a beautiful, lasting legacy, and DJ Tanner will always be in style. Jodie Sweetin as Stephanie Tanner. How rude! Ring a bell? Of course it does. Stephanie Tanner wasn't just the sassy middle child, she was every 90s kid voice of reason and occasional attitude. Jodie Sweetin stepped into the spotlight at just 5 years old, landing the role that would define her childhood on Full House from 1987 to 1995. For 8 seasons, she brought heart, humor, and a whole lot of spunk into our living rooms, growing up on screen right before our eyes. After the show ended, Sweetin took a step back from Hollywood, but made her comeback in the early 2000s. From hosting Pants Off, Dance Off, yes, that was a real thing, to starring in indie flicks like Port City and Redefining Love, she was determined to redefine herself beyond the Tanner name. In 2016, she twirled her way back into the spotlight on Dancing with the Stars, proving she still had those moves, even if she didn't win the trophy. Then came Fuller House when Stephanie Tanner returned, all grown up, DJing and dancing her way through life, and fans couldn't get enough. The Netflix spin-off ran for 5 seasons, ending in 2020. Since then, she's leaned into self-expression, launching the hilarious and honest parenting podcast Never Thought I'd Say This, and starring in Hollywood Darlings, where she poked fun at her own child star past. In 2022 and 2023, she kept the momentum going with stints on Worst Cooks in America, Name That Tune, and talk about full circle, a Sizzler commercial, 36 years after her first ever gig with the same restaurant. Now 43 years old with 2.4 million Instagram followers, Sweetin is proof that childhood fame can evolve into a grown-up glow-up, and she's still making us laugh, cheer, and say, "You got it, dude." Mary-Kate Olsen as Michelle Tanner. She wasn't even a year old when she became one of the most iconic TV toddlers of all time. Mary-Kate Olsen, alongside her twin sister Ashley, lit up Full House from 1987 to 1995 as the spunky, catchphrase-dropping Michelle Tanner. And honestly, who didn't love hearing, "You got it, dude," every week? As the youngest Tanner, she grew up before our eyes, quite literally. And by the time the show ended, Mary-Kate was already a household name, but that was just the beginning. Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, the Olsen twins created an empire of twin-powered family movies. From Grandmother's House We Go to It Takes Two and Billboard Dad, they were on a roll, making back-to-back hits that every millennial kid remembers renting from Blockbuster. Their final feature together, New York Minute in 2004, was a stylish send-off from the teen movie world. But Mary-Kate didn't stop performing completely. She popped up in edgier roles like the series Weeds and made a guest appearance on Samantha Who, showing she could work well beyond her family-friendly roots. Then came a surprising twist. Both sisters stepped back from acting to take on the high fashion world, and wow, did they nail it. Mary-Kate co-founded luxury labels like The Row and Elizabeth and James, transforming from child star to serious designer with major industry respect. Forget the red carpet, she was now setting trends on it. Today, at 39, Mary-Kate may keep a low profile, but her impact is everywhere, from our childhood memories to the runways of New York Fashion Week. And while Michelle Tanner never showed up in Fuller House, she still holds a full-time lease in our nostalgic hearts. Dave Coulier as Joey Gladstone. Who could forget the goofy voices, wild impressions, and classic "cut it out"? Joey Gladstone wasn't just comic relief, he was the heart of Full House's lovable chaos. And behind that lovable character, none other than Dave Coulier, the real-life stand-up comic who brought Joey to life from 1987 until the show's final curtain in 1995. Long before Full House, Coulier was already cracking people up with his spot-on impressions, and that voice talent didn't go unnoticed. He lent his voice to everything from Yogi Bear cartoons to Felix the Cat, and even put out his own comedy album called Cut It Out, a nod to his iconic catchphrase and fashion choices involving, yes, tank tops and short shorts. When the Tanner family said goodbye, Dave didn't disappear, he just changed stages. He hosted America's Funniest People, made appearances in Disney classics like The 13th Year, and popped up in the Even Stevens movie and Shredderman Rules. Whether on camera or behind the mic, he stayed true to what he does best, making people laugh. In 2016, fans got the reunion they'd been waiting for when Dave returned to his roots as Joey in Fuller House. And just when you thought it was over, in 2023, he launched Full House Rewind, a podcast that dives into behind-the-scenes moments from the show that raised a generation. Now at 65 with over 1 million Instagram followers, Dave's still touring as a stand-up comedian, keeping the laughs going, and yes, probably still using that legendary catchphrase. Joey may have grown older, but that goofy charm? Timeless. Lori Loughlin as Rebecca Katsopoulos. When Aunt Becky first walked into the Tanner household in 1988, she brought poise, charm, and a calm that perfectly balanced all the Full House chaos. Played by Lori Loughlin, Rebecca Donaldson wasn't just a TV anchor, she became a beloved part of the family and a fan favorite through the show's final season in 1995. But Lori's career didn't begin with Full House. Long before that, she was captivating soap fans as Jodie Travis on The Edge of Night from 1980 to 1983. And after Full House, her success only grew, starring in teen dramas like 90210, cozy mysteries like Garage Sale Mystery, and even co-starring and producing Summerland, where she wore multiple hats on and off screen. She truly made her mark on Hallmark with her role as Abigail Stanton on When Calls the Heart, becoming a staple of heartfelt, family-friendly TV for years. Of course, things took a dramatic turn in 2019 when her name hit headlines during the college admissions scandal. She served a 2-month sentence, and while many thought her career might be over, Lori surprised everyone. Since her release in 2020, she's slowly made her way back to the screen, appearing in Blue Bloods, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and even picking up a recurring role in the drama On Call. It's clear Aunt Becky's resilience isn't just fictional. Now 60 years old, Lori continues to navigate her comeback with grace. From daytime dramas to primetime reunions, her legacy in TV history, especially as the Tanner family's favorite aunt, remains unforgettable. Andrea Barber as Kimmy Gibbler. Every show needs that one delightfully oddball neighbor, and Full House gave us one of the best. As the quirky, fashion-challenged, yet endlessly lovable Kimmy Gibbler, Andrea Barber made a lasting impression from the moment she burst through the Tanner family's front door in 1987. But Andrea's TV journey actually started even earlier. She played Carrie Brady on Days of Our Lives from 1982 to 1986, already building a name for herself in daytime TV before landing her iconic sitcom role. After Full House wrapped in 1995, Barber took a big step back from Hollywood, focusing on her education and personal life. For years, fans wondered, where's Kimmy? Then in 2016, she returned right where we wanted her, Fuller House. This time as a main star, a proud single mom, and still every bit the lovable oddball we remembered. Not only did she reprise her role, she even stepped behind the scenes to write one of the episodes, showing just how much her connection to Kimmy had grown. In recent years, she's kept the momentum going with roles in Hollywood Darlings, That Girl Lay Lay as Principal Zelda, and the holiday movie Christmas on Candy Cane Lane. Now at 48, Andrea's still turning heads, not just with her iconic scrunchies, but with her authenticity, humor, and ability to bring joy to every screen she's on. Kimmy may have been the neighbor next door, but Andrea? She's family. Scott Weinger as Steve Hale. Ah, Steve Hale, DJ Tanner's loyal, pizza-loving boyfriend and the high school sweetheart fans couldn't get enough of. But did you know before Full House, Scott Weinger was already paving his way in Hollywood? It all started with a national toy commercial, Then came a role in Police Academy 5, and soon enough, he was landing regular TV gigs. But everything changed in 1991 when he joined Full House as Steve, the guy who could charm his way into DJ's heart, and probably your family's fridge too. But that's not all. While he was winning hearts in the Tanner household, he was also becoming a Disney legend, voicing none other than Aladdin in the 1992 animated classic. Yep, that was Steve Hale singing A Whole New World. Post-Full House, Wanger kept busy with voice work in animated hits like Metropolis and Mickey's PhilharMagic, plus TV appearances on shows like Scrubs and What I Like About You. Then in 2016, he made the ultimate nostalgic comeback, reprising his role as Steve in Fuller House, where he finally got the girl again. Now 49, Scott's not just an actor, he's also a writer and producer behind the scenes. With 600,000 Instagram followers, he's still connecting with fans, all while staying as charming as ever. From high school heartthrob to Disney royalty, Scott Wanger truly gave us two unforgettable roles in one incredible career. And there you have it, the Full House cast from their unforgettable roles in the 80s and 90s to where they are now. Whether they made you laugh, cry, or sing along to the theme song, they'll always be part of your TV family. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss another blast from the past.